YouTube, it's Maddie, the Empty Nest Scrapper. If you're a subscriber, thanks for stopping by again. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. Today, I'm going to do my very first Swatch With Me video. Any of you who have seen my videos recently might know that I received a bunch of holiday crafty goodies. And before I play with my goodies, I really try to swatch them out and catalog them before I play with them. So these are a brand new set of Nuvo drops, and I thought it would be a good first time swatch with me because there are only 4 items. If you're interested in these items, I will link them down below. The colors are glow in the dark, which is not why I got them. I just thought that the colors were pretty. This one is apple sour. This one is blue crush. This one is shocking pink. And the last one is banana split. So I brought out my binder where I catalog some of my colors. They don't fit in one binder. And if you would like a deep dive into my catalog binders, please leave a comment down below and I would be happy to share some of that information with you. So this one has some pigment powder, sprays, inks, embossing colors, and my Nuvo drops are right here. So each section has a label. I hope you can see that with what is in that section. In this section, there's more than one because you can see Nuvo drops all fit on just a sheet. Actually, there's 2. I may change that. And I can fit more than one set of colors in that section. So I'm going to close that and set it aside for now. And this is not my first try at this video. And the reason being, I pulled down this lovely little chart from the internet somewhere. I'll look for it if you're interested and print it out so that you can print it out at home also. And while I was doing this video, I spent live on camera 5 minutes looking for those colors, and don't you know they are not on this chart. It's a 2-page chart. I looked on both pages, and it didn't matter how long I looked on those pages, these colors were not on that chart. However, I don't know if this chart was printed at a time where they were considering offering new colors, because at the bottom there are some empty spaces, and that'll work fine for the 4 glow-in-the-dark Nuvo drops that I plan to swatch. So I'm just going to set these aside for a minute and just put the ones that I'm going to work on in front of me. Actually, when it's time to swatch, I'll probably flip it over if you want to see. I do keep 2 copies because if I know I'm going to go shopping, I might grab a little swatch card to put in my handbag. I do use a smaller size binder for that reason. And if I know I may run into some supplies that I want to pick up, I try my darndest not to pick up doubles. It does happen, but I do try my darndest not to pick up doubles. So I'm going to also grab a quick sheet of scratch paper, and I do this always for Nuvo drops because I don't know how you are with your Nuvo drops, but I tend to be not so perfect when I swatch them out, and I do like to give them a little squeeze out before I try to put them down. My other advice to you, if you're going to swatch out Nuvo drops, is to set them aside at least overnight. I usually set them aside a couple of days just to be sure that they're dry before I put them in a book. They do flatten out when I put them in the book, but that doesn't bother me. And they may flatten out when you put them in a card or when you put them in a scrapbook and close that book up. So be aware of that. That's just what I've observed. And I keep that in mind when I am using them. So actually, when you saw, just while I was talking, I was shaking these Nuvo drops. I don't know if you're supposed to shake them at all. I think it's just a force of habit for some of the sprays that you generally will shake. But for these, I know I like to put a little bit down, just a tad, and get that flow at the top before I put down a drop. I used to try to drop them from way up high, and that was really not very bright. I don't know if you guys have tried that, but I get all sorts of weird shapes when I do that. Also, when I'm swatching Nuvo drops, I do put a little drop on top. Doesn't have to be perfect because it never is, at least not for me. And sometimes I'll take a little knife and try to make it a little more perfect, but that may or may not work. I've had limited success with that idea, but I do like to put out a little on a scratch sheet and make sure the product is at the front. For me, it makes it a lot easier to put down a little drop. You may prefer a larger size drop it. That's up to you. For me, a little bit will do it. And Nuvo drops, I found for me take a little bit of practice. Otherwise, I sort of got all sorts of weird shapes and sizes. And part of the fun of the crafting is learning your products, how you want to use it, what works for you, and what works for you is not necessarily going to work for me. So what I try to do with all of my products, as I mentioned before, when I bring them into my craft room or they've been gifted to me, I try to catalog them right away. It is so tempting to play with them as soon as you get them. And my problem was I used to keep a little box that would be items that were waiting to be cataloged. And when that box fills up, it becomes quite a job to get that done. Even now at the holidays, when you tend to have more items coming in than usual, it can become quite a job to keep up with that. So swatching things as they come in is a really handy tool to keep your items organized and easier for you to find. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it encourages you to keep track of your items, and this also helps me keep track of what I have and helps me keep my buying at a minimum. You have to know what you have before you know what you want to buy. So with that, I will say goodbye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this little swatch with me. Please comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you swatch? Do you, is that something you plan to do for 2021? And subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Have a great day and stay safe. Bye-bye, YouTube.